The woman mimicked his movements, her boyfriend filming and laughing as the amputee veteran tried to adjust the bench press with one arm. Then, their trainer, a massive guy covered in tattoos, dropped his weights with a crash. "You're mocking Staff Sergeant Morrison?" The man who carried me 2 miles through an IED field after I got hit? The couple's laughter died instantly. Hey, welcome to Silent Courage Stories. Before we jump into this powerful story about respect, justice, and hidden heroes, drop a comment and tell us what city you're watching from. And hey, if you think stories like this should never be forgotten, hit that subscribe button and help us keep their memory alive. Iron Fitness. 24/7 gym sat near the military base in San Diego. 6 in the morning, the gym wasn't crowded yet. Sunlight filtered through the windows, metal weights clanged in rhythm. Staff Sergeant Derek Morrison, 42 years old, his right arm gone from the elbow down. No prosthetic today, just a specialized support device designed for fitness. He was trying to adjust the bench press with his left arm. 10 feet away, Jessica Palmer and her boyfriend Brad Stevens, both 23, had just finished with their personal trainer. Jessica was attractive, blonde, 10,000 Instagram followers. Brad, former university football, muscular, arrogant. Jessica noticed Derek, his arm ending at the elbow, his struggle with the bench press. She nudged Brad. "Look at this," she whispered, laughing. Brad turned, looked, smirked, pulled out his phone. Jessica began mimicking Derek's movements, pretending to adjust the bench press with one arm, making exaggerated motions. Brad was filming, laughing. Wait, said Jessica. "Let me do this." She hid her right arm behind her back, pretended to lift weights with one arm. "Oh no! Where's my arm?" she shouted in fake panic. Brad burst out laughing. "Perfect! We should put this on stories." Derek had heard them, seen them, but didn't react. Just continued adjusting the bench. He'd been used to this for 10 years, since losing his arm in Fallujah. Then, heavy footsteps came from the back of the gym. Jake Tank Thompson, 35, 6'6", 240 pounds, every inch covered in muscle. Tattoos on his arms, back, neck. Navy SEAL trident tattooed on his chest. Tank was the head trainer, and he'd just seen what Jessica and Brad were doing. He dropped the 100-pound dumbbells he was holding. The sound echoed through the gym. Boom! Everyone turned, looked. Tank walked, not toward Jessica and Brad, toward Derek. "Sir," he said, deep respect in his voice. Derek turned. "Jake?" Tank saluted, in the middle of the gym, in shorts, sweating, but a perfect military salute. Derek returned it with his one arm, then Tank turned, looked at Jessica and Brad. His face was expressionless, but his eyes held a storm. "You're mocking Staff Sergeant Morrison?" Jessica's smile vanished. "We were just, making a video." "I saw." Brad tried to intervene. "Dude, we were just having fun." "Shut up." Tank's voice was so sharp Brad's mouth closed. Tank addressed the gym. "Everyone out, now." No one argued. 10, 15 people quietly gathered their things, left. The door closed. Only 4 remained in the gym. Derek, Tank, Jessica, and Brad. Tank began speaking, his voice calm but every word heavy. 2011, Fallujah. Our convoy hit an IED. I was in the vehicle. My legs were shredded. I was burning. Jessica's face began turning white. Staff Sergeant Morrison, sergeant then, ran to the burning vehicle, pulled me out, using his right arm, holding me with his left. Tank paused. His eyes were distant, back in that day. Second explosion, shrapnel, took his right arm, just below the elbow. Brad's phone was still in his hand, but no longer recording. Know what he did? Carried me 2 miles with one arm, through an IED field, under sniper fire. Couldn't stop his bleeding, but he carried me. Tank's voice cracked. 7 men saved that day, after he lost his arm. 7 SEALs, including me. Jessica had started crying. Tank rolled up his sleeve. On his right arm, just above the elbow, was a tattoo. A date. March 15th, 2011, and a name, D. Morrison. Got it so I'd remember every day. The man who gave me my life. Derek stepped forward. Jake, enough. No, sir. They need to know. Tank turned to Jessica and Brad. Give me the phone. Brad handed it over, trembling. Tank deleted the video, then handed the phone back. Your membership is revoked. Get your things. Don't come back. But Jessica started. No, leave. Jessica looked at Brad, then at Derek. I'm sorry. Really, I didn't know. Derek looked at her, no anger in his eyes, just exhaustion. You didn't know because you didn't ask. You just saw and judged. I quote. Go, said Derek. If you learned something, that's enough. Jessica and Brad gathered their things, left. Tank and Derek were alone. That wasn't necessary, Jake. It was, sir. Can't allow disrespect. Derek smiled, tired but genuine. I'm not your commander anymore. I'm retired. You'll always be my commander. They shook hands. Derek's single hand between Tank's too. Should we continue training? Said Tank. Lost my arm, not my determination, said Derek. They walked to the bench press together. Tank adjusted the weights. Derek took position. The door opened. People began returning. But the atmosphere was different now. Everyone was looking at Derek with respect. An older man, clearly a veteran himself, approached. Thank you for your service, Sergeant. Derek nodded. A young woman, 20s, approached shyly. I'm a nursing student, researching prosthetic technology. Could I talk to you? Your experience would be invaluable. Sure, said Derek, if I can help. For the next hour, Derek did his normal workout. Tank was beside him, helping when needed, but mostly Derek managed on his own. One-armed pull-ups, one-arm dumbbell press, modified push-ups. Every movement was perfect. 10 years of practice. Jessica and Brad sat in their car outside the gym. I can't believe it, said Jessica. What did I do? Brad was silent. That man saved 7 people after losing his arm. I deleted the video, said Brad. That's not enough. Jessica got out of the car, walked back to the gym. Tank stood at the door. I told you to leave. I know, but I need to give him something. She pulled out an envelope from her pocket, $500 inside. What's this? Donation for veteran organizations in his name. Tank took the envelope. Wait. He went inside, spoke with Derek. Derek looked out, saw Jessica, nodded. Tank returned. He accepts. He'll send it to Wounded Warrior Project. Tell him I'm really sorry and thank you for service. Jessica walked away crying. Inside, Derek had finished his workout. Tank sat beside him. Kids, said Derek, they don't know. They should learn. Maybe they learned today. Tank nodded, then asked, do you ever regret it? What? Losing the arm, Derek thought. No. 7 men went home. It was worth it. I went home, said Tank, because of you. You would have saved me too. I know, but you did it. That evening, Jake Tank Thompson went home. His wife Sarah met him. Bad day? No? Good day. Morrison came to the gym. Sarah's eyes widened. Derek Morrison? Your commander? Yes. Sarah knew Jake. When he woke from nightmares during PTSD episodes, he always said one name, Morrison. How was it? Strong, as always. Did you tell him? What? That you think about him every day, that you're grateful he saved you. Jake smiled. He knows. The next day, Jessica Palmer posted on Instagram, yesterday I learned the biggest lesson of my life. I mocked a veteran, someone who lost his arm. Then I learned that man lost his arm saving 7 people. One was my trainer. I was an idiot. To all veterans, I'm sorry. I respect you. Thank you. The post went viral, 20,000 likes, thousands of comments. Some criticized her, some forgave. But what mattered was the conversation starting. Derek Morrison didn't see the news. He had no social media. But the next week when he came to the gym, something was different. A new poster on the wall. Heroes train among us. Below it, Derek's photo, in uniform, medals on his chest. "Jake," he called. Tank grinned. "Everyone should know, sir." "I don't want attention." Not attention, respect. From that day on, Iron Fitness 24/7 changed. They got veteran-friendly certification, free for veterans every Tuesday. Derek still comes, 3 days a week, lifting weights with one arm. No one stares now. Or if they do, it's with respect. Sometimes young veterans approach, especially amputees. "How do you do it?" they ask. "One movement at a time," says Derek. "One arm, double determination." Tank is always nearby, watching, protecting, grateful. One day Derek asked him, "Why do you care so much?" "Because," said Tank, "you carried me. Now it's my turn, and life continues." The one-armed veteran lifts weights every day. Those around him now see strength, not disability. Jessica Palmer? She changed too. Volunteers at veteran organizations now. First Saturday of each month, she helps amputee veterans at Iron Fitness. One day she asked Derek, "Have you forgiven me?" "Nothing to forgive," said Derek. "You learned. You changed. That's enough." And in the gym, among the weights, in sweat and determination, respect grows. With every rep, every set, every drop of sweat. Because real strength isn't in muscles, it's in character. And Derek Morrison, with one arm, is stronger than everyone. The transformation at Iron Fitness became a model for other gyms. They developed a program, Train with Honor, sensitivity training for gym staff about veterans with disabilities. 6 months later, a documentary crew arrived. They wanted to film Derek's story. "I don't want fame," Derek said. "Not fame," the director replied. "Education." How many other veterans face this? How many other gym members need to learn? Derek agreed, but only if Tank was included. The documentary, One Arm, Full Heart, won 3 awards. It became required viewing at military rehabilitation centers. In the film's most powerful moment, Tank breaks down. "He lost his arm, saving me. Every day I see him train, I remember I'm alive because he sacrificed." Derek's response, "I'd do it again." That's what brothers do. A year after the incident, Jessica had transformed completely. She became a certified adaptive fitness trainer specializing in helping amputees. At her certification ceremony, Derek attended. "Why?" she asked. "After how I treated you?" "Because," Derek said, "you turned a mistake into a mission." That's what warriors do, adapt and overcome. Brad, her former boyfriend, took a different path. He joined the Marines. In his application essay, he wrote about the day he mocked a hero and learned what real strength meant. 3 years later, Brad was deployed to Syria. His unit was ambushed. He dragged 2 wounded Marines to safety, taking shrapnel in his shoulder. When he returned, he visited Derek at the gym. "I get it now," Brad said, his arm in a sling. "The weight of carrying someone. The choice to save others first." Derek nodded. "Welcome to the Brotherhood." The gym wall now has dozens of photos, veterans who train there, their stories, their service. Derek's photo remains at the center. Below it, a plaque. "Strength isn't measured in what you have, but in what you do with what remains." Tank's son, now 17, trains at the gym. He asked his father once, "Why is Mr. Morrison so important to you?" Tank showed him the tattoo. "Because without him, you wouldn't exist. He saved me before you were even a thought." The boy now spots for Derek during workouts, learning not just about fitness, but about honor, sacrifice, respect. One morning, a new member came in. Young guy, 20-something, recording everything for his fitness YouTube channel. He saw Derek doing one-arm deadlifts and started to pull out his phone. Tank appeared beside him. You recording? Yeah, man, this is inspiring. Ask first. That's Staff Sergeant Morrison. Show respect. The YouTuber approached Derek properly. Sir, may I film you? I want to show my followers what real strength looks like. Derek considered. If you tell them why I lost my arm and that every veteran deserves respect. The video got 5 million views. Title: The strongest man in the gym has one arm. Comments flooded in from around the world, veterans sharing their stories, gym-goers promising to be more respectful. But Derek doesn't read comments. He just trains. Every morning, 6 a.m., one arm. Unlimited determination. And beside him, always, Tank Thompson, spotter, protector, brother. Because some debts can never be repaid. They can only be honored. Every day, one rep at a time.